There were times when I felt like I understood the material during class, but when it came time to review, I'd open my notes and I wouldn't recognize anything. Sometimes it felt like I had to relearn everything all over again. So I went to an expert learning coach about this, our friend Justin Sung, and he had 3 words for me: higher order learning. That's what we're gonna break down in this video, and since this is part of our ongoing Ultimate Study Skills series, I'll have a step-by-step portion at the end to help you apply this skill. So what does it mean to really understand something? Some experts will say, if you can't explain it simply, then you don't understand it. I definitely agree with that, but it doesn't capture the full picture. Other people might say, if you can apply the info and use it to solve problems or answer questions, then you understand it. That's better, we're getting closer. But now you can see that how well you understand something lies on a spectrum. If you're able to recall facts and concepts, that's considered lower order. But if you can apply the information or evaluate information against each other, that's higher order. And that's what Justin was talking about, higher order learning. If I was trying to solve a puzzle, lower order would be trying to understand each puzzle piece in isolation, either by learning the concepts, memorizing facts, maybe using some active recall. Let's say this is a piece of info. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. It's got a groove here and a groove here. Got it. Next piece. The Golgi apparatus is the post office of the cell. It's got a groove here, it kind of looks like this. All right, next piece. This is actually how most students learn. Now, for higher order learning, this means taking multiple puzzle pieces and relating them together. How do they compare and contrast? Do these somehow fit together to create a part of the puzzle? Or how do these pieces here fit into the bigger picture? That's the way you want to be learning everything, knowing how everything fits together. So let's talk about a framework to promote higher order learning. And it all comes down to asking 3 critical questions. Why is it important? How does it relate to other info? And how will I use this info? In other words, how will I be tested on this? There's also a 4th bonus question, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, let's see this framework in action, and let's say we're learning about COVID virology. First, I'll ask, what is it? COVID-19 is an RNA virus. That's great and all, but that's lower order learning, so let's go higher. Why is it important? COVID-19 stores its genetic material in the form of RNA, which is different from most other organisms that use DNA. Next, how does this relate to other information? RNA is single-stranded, while DNA is double-stranded. RNA travels around the cell easily, while DNA stays safe inside the nucleus, meaning that RNA is more unstable and more volatile compared to DNA. And all this works in COVID's favor. It allows it to change and mutate quickly to stay ahead of our immune system. So next, how will I use this information? Or how will I be tested on it? Well, let's say we had to invent a vaccine against COVID. How might this vaccine work? What might it target? Maybe RNA. So we want to break away from lower order learning, right? We don't want to just chuck all the facts and details onto flashcards and start memorizing everything. Instead, we want to invest more time up front to understand the material and think about it at a higher level. Learn it properly the first time so that later on we're not relearning things and playing catch up. And of course, there's always going to be a bunch of arbitrary details that we can't apply higher order learning to. Things like random dates or random names of enzymes, or basically anything that seems unrelated to the main concepts. That's when the 4th bonus question comes in. And that question is, do I need to memorize the details? And this is now a topic for a whole other video, but it's still very important for understanding info, so I'll be sure to link that at the end. But let me ask you, which part of this framework was most helpful to you? Let me know in the comments below. It's gonna really help me out with future video ideas. Anyways, don't forget to check out the next video on understanding right here. See ya.